The warrior who fears death cannot strike true. This simple truth lies at the heart of Miyamoto Musashi's 17th principle. Do not fear death. Fear of death is more than a physical instinct. It is a mental chain that clouds perception, slows reaction, and weakens judgment. A mind dominated by the dread of mortality cannot move freely, cannot think clearly, and cannot act decisively. Musashi understood that to survive, let alone to master the way of the sword, one must embrace the inevitability of death with calm awareness. Musashi's life was defined by constant confrontation with mortality. As a wandering ronin, he faced life and death duels at every turn, traversed hostile lands alone, and depended solely on his skill, observation, and clarity of mind. Each duel, each journey, and each moment of solitude required a heart unclouded by fear. Yet Musashi did not court death recklessly. He neither sought it nor fled from it. Instead, he cultivated an acceptance so deep that it became a foundation for decisive action. In his presence, hesitation had no place, and instinct became sharpened beyond ordinary measure. Contrast this with the common path of men who cling to life as though it were infinite. Fear dominates their decisions, preventing bold action and leaving opportunity unrealized. In modern terms, fear of death may appear as fear of failure, fear of criticism, or fear of risk. Though the threat is rarely literal, the effect is the same: hesitation, distraction, and self-imposed limitation. Musashi's teaching transcends time. The warrior of today faces battles of career, reputation, and personal growth, and must meet them with the same fearlessness he demanded of himself. Life, Musashi teaches, is impermanent, and death is certain. Acceptance of this truth is not morbid resignation, but liberation. When fear of the inevitable is removed, the mind gains clarity. Decisions are made with precision, action flows unimpeded, and the warrior moves through life like a master in a sparring match, calm, aware, and focused. Panic and hesitation are replaced by rhythm and observation. Indecision gives way to instinct honed by clarity. To live without fear of death is to live fully, unbound by illusion or avoidance. It is to act decisively, strike effectively, and walk a path of purpose. Musashi's principle is timeless. The man who embraces death moves through life with the freedom to act and the clarity to win. In this acceptance lies true courage, the courage that transforms every choice, every action, and every moment into a step toward mastery. Philosophical exploration. At its core, Musashi's teaching on fearlessness confronts a truth both simple and profound. Fear of death is, at its essence, fear of action. When the mind is consumed by the anticipation of its own end, hesitation follows. When the body is bound by the instinct to survive, reactions become slow, predictable, and often ineffective. For a warrior, even a moment of doubt can mean the difference between victory and defeat, life and death. Musashi recognized that true mastery of the sword, of strategy, and of life itself requires liberation from this fear, the ability to act decisively when endings are inevitable. Musashi's own existence was forged under these conditions. As a wandering ronin in feudal Japan, every duel carried mortal stakes. Every encounter demanded total presence. Survival depended not solely on physical skill, but on the capacity to remain calm, focused, and alert under extreme pressure. He did not fight for honor or recognition. He fought to exist, and through this relentless confrontation with mortality, he uncovered an unshakable truth. Fear clouds perception, slows judgment, and corrodes instinct. Those who cling desperately to life are trapped by it. Their attention is inward, preoccupied with self-preservation, while opportunities, strategy, and the world itself slip unnoticed by. Musashi's victories, by contrast, flowed from a mind freed from such chains, a mind capable of responding to reality with precision, clarity, and calm decisiveness. The psychological impact of fearing death is profound. It shifts focus from objective reality to imagined threats, turning attention inward toward potential injury or loss rather than outward toward strategy and observation. Hesitation seeps into every action, strikes arrive too late, guards are misjudged, and openings are ignored. Anxiety fractures the mind, scattering energy across imagined dangers and leaving the body reactive rather than proactive. Acceptance of mortality transforms this dynamic entirely. Confronting death and recognizing it as inevitable brings absolute presence. Anxiety dissolves, observation sharpens, and every movement becomes deliberate. Fear is replaced by preparation, discipline, and conscious intent. Awareness becomes armor, and focus becomes a weapon. Consider this through the lens of a sparring match. A student who overthinks each strike, fearful of being hit, becomes stiff, slow, and predictable. Every hesitation an opening for the opponent. By contrast, a warrior who acknowledges vulnerability as a natural part of life moves fluidly, with intention in every motion and purpose in every strike. Injury, failure, and loss are possibilities, not anchors. Calm acceptance of mortality allows the mind to function unimpeded, transforming risk into opportunity and vulnerability into mastery. The battlefield, once a space of panic and reaction, becomes a stage for clarity, skill, and decisive action. Contrast illuminates the principle further. The fearful warrior reacts. His movements are defensive, constrained, and governed by avoidance. The fearless warrior is proactive, adaptive, and precise, responding to reality rather than imagined consequences. This is not recklessness. True courage is grounded in discipline, preparation, and acute awareness. Musashi's life exemplifies this philosophy. Every duel was not a gamble, but a calculated engagement, guided by skill, observation, and detachment from the outcome. By releasing attachment to life's fragility, he gained a freedom of action that made him unstoppable. Spiritually, this perspective reflects the impermanence of existence. Life is fleeting, and obsession with survival, longevity, or comfort is a form of bondage. Embracing mortality cultivates detachment from ego, status, and transient desires. Death becomes neither enemy nor tragedy, but a teacher, a constant reminder that the value of life lies not in clinging, but in deliberate, purposeful action. The fearless warrior, attuned to impermanence, develops clarity of mind, steadiness of heart, and moral fortitude, qualities impossible for one dominated by fear. Even in modern life, these lessons hold. Fear of failure, rejection, embarrassment, or loss acts as today's equivalent of death. Such fears paralyze decision-making, stifle creativity, and dilute boldness. Acceptance of inevitable outcomes, setbacks, criticism, or loss liberates the mind to act decisively. Entrepreneurs, athletes, creators, and thinkers all face these modern deaths. Courage is found not in avoiding risk, but in confronting it with calm focus, preparation, and deliberate action. Fear of outcome is the enemy. Conscious courage is the antidote. Ultimately, courage is cultivated through deliberate practice and reflection. Meditation on mortality, literal or symbolic, trains the mind to move with clarity, composure, and precision. True mastery emerges from freedom from fear, the ability to think, act, and strike without hesitation, unshaken by imagined consequences. A warrior who embraces the inevitability of endings carries a mind sharper than any blade, ready to respond to reality with unwavering focus and clarity. In essence, Musashi teaches that fear of death is, in truth, fear of living fully. To release it is to reclaim perception, enhance judgment, and cultivate courage. Mortality is not an adversary, but a guide ever present, ever sharpening, forging the heart, mind, and spirit of a true warrior. Those who embrace it act decisively, strike with clarity, and move through life unbound, mastering not only combat, but the art of living. Practical application. Do not fear death is a philosophical statement. It is a guide for cultivating courage, clarity, and decisive action in every aspect of life. To practice it is to train the mind to remain unshaken in the face of risk, to act with precision under pressure, and to confront challenges without hesitation. Fear of death, whether literal or metaphorical, clouds perception, slows response, and undermines mastery. The warrior who internalizes this principle converts the inevitability of mortality into an instrument of focus and freedom. Step 1. Face mortality head-on. The first strike against fear begins with acknowledgement. Each day, confront the truth that life is fleeting, that death comes to all without warning. Ask yourself, if this were my last day, how would I move, speak, and act? Reflection is not despair, it is preparation. The warrior who contemplates mortality daily sharpens his mind, clears distractions, and aligns every action with purpose. When death is understood and accepted, hesitation evaporates. Decisions are made with precision, and each moment becomes a battlefield where clarity reigns. Musashi did not shy from life's impermanence. He used it as a tool to sharpen focus, to act decisively when others faltered under fear. Step 2. Treat life as a sparring ground. Every challenge, every encounter, every decision is a match in the dojo of existence. Approach life as a sparring session, controlled, attentive, and deliberate. Panic clouds perception. Overthinking paralyzes the hand. The calm warrior observes, anticipates, and strikes with intention. Work, relationships, and creativity are all arenas where hesitation costs more than effort. By training the mind to respond as a master swordsman does, opportunities become visible, reactions swift, and fear powerless. Each moment becomes a practice in focus, precision, and unwavering presence. The battlefield is not only outside, it is within, where the mind meets fear and transforms it into readiness. Step 3. Confront fear, build resilience. Courage is forged in the fires of experience. Fear is a habit. Habits can be rewired. Begin with small acts of daring. Speak boldly. Attempt what intimidates and face discomfort. Then escalate. Each step into uncertainty strengthens resolve. Mistakes and failure are not enemies. They are lessons, rehearsals for life's ultimate trial. The warrior who has faced risk with awareness grows unshakable. Musashi himself walked paths others feared, encountering death without trembling. Incremental exposure conditions the mind to move with decisiveness, transforming fear from an obstacle into a teacher, shaping instinct and steeling the spirit. Step 4. Focus only on what you control. The fearful mind obsesses over outcomes, projecting consequences beyond control. The master, however, directs attention to preparation, observation, and skill, the only tools within his grasp. Meditation, mindfulness, and deliberate reflection allow the mind to remain steady amid chaos. When energy is devoted to action rather than speculation, anxiety dissipates. Fear becomes a signal to sharpen awareness, not a chain that binds movement. The disciplined warrior acts decisively, responding to reality as it unfolds, not to imagined threats. In control lies freedom, and in focus lies unstoppable power. Step 5. Act boldly, live unbound. Fearlessness is not the absence of fear, but the courage to act in its presence. Step into the moment fully, strike decisively, and pursue purpose without compromise. Each deliberate choice reinforces strength. Each act of daring reshapes the mind. Acceptance of mortality liberates thought, heightens perception, and grants the freedom to respond unhesitatingly. The warrior who embraces death moves through life like a blade honed to perfection, swift, precise, and unstoppable. Mastery, Musashi teaches, is born not from clinging to safety, but from moving boldly, aware of the fleeting nature of life, yet fully engaged in the moment. The battlefield of existence rewards those who act decisively, unshaken by fear, and prepared for the inevitability of endings. By reflecting on mortality, embracing controlled risk, and acting decisively, you cultivate a mind unshaken by fear. Musashi teaches that the warrior who does not fear death gains freedom, clarity, and unstoppable focus. Life, like the battlefield, rewards those who move with calm awareness, strike decisively, and embrace the inevitability of endings. In practice, this principle shapes not only combatants, but anyone seeking courage, clarity, and mastery over their own mind and destiny. Conclusion. To fear death is to live constrained, cautious, and incomplete. Musashi's 17th principle, do not fear death, reminds us that fear is the greatest enemy of clarity, speed, and decisive action. A warrior who trembles at the thought of mortality hesitates in the moment that demands precision. A mind shackled by dread cannot see reality as it is, nor respond to it effectively. Musashi's life was defined by constant confrontation with death, duels with masters, wandering as a ronin, and facing danger without hesitation. His victories were not merely the result of skill with the sword, but of a mind unclouded by fear, fully attuned to the present, and free to act without compromise. Acceptance of mortality is not surrender, it is liberation. Understanding that life is impermanent allows one to treat every moment as decisive, every choice as purposeful. Fear of failure, loss, or judgment, modern forms of death operate on the same principle. When these fears dominate, decisions are delayed, opportunities are missed, and potential remains unrealized. Musashi teaches that courage does not require invulnerability. It requires awareness, preparation, and the willingness to act even when outcomes are uncertain. A mind that embraces death moves through life as if sparring, calm, focused, and precise, striking when necessary, without hesitation or distraction. The fearless warrior is proactive, not reactive. Fear binds, acceptance frees. One who contemplates mortality daily sharpens perception and cultivates inner resilience. Each encounter with risk, challenge, or uncertainty becomes training and a rehearsal for life's inevitable trials. Courage is reinforced through practice. Small acts of daring, disciplined preparation, and reflection on impermanence condition the mind to act decisively in the moments that truly matter. The warrior's edge is not merely in strength or skill, but in the clarity born from embracing life's transience. Musashi's principle transcends the battlefield. It applies to every arena where hesitation threatens success, work, creativity, relationships, and personal growth. The warrior who does not fear death acts boldly, learns quickly, and adapts fluidly. Each decision is guided by presence, each action aligned with reality rather than the illusion of safety. Freedom from fear allows mastery of circumstance and of self. In the end, the ultimate lesson is simple yet profound. Life's brevity is not a reason to cling, but a reason to act fully. To fear death is to live diminished. To accept it is to move with freedom, clarity, and purpose. The man who embraces death walks through life unshaken, striking decisively, thinking clearly, and living fully. Musashi's wisdom endures. The warrior who fears nothing, not even death itself, becomes unstoppable, mastering not only the art of combat but the art of living.